Hi everybody, Claire here from Rainbow Acrylics. It's the 15th of February, so Valentine's Day yesterday, and I'm feeling really inspired by all the hearts I'm seeing everywhere at the moment. So I'm going to try something maybe completely crazy, but I'm going to try a heart-shaped Dutch pour. It may be amazing, it may be a total disaster, but I feel really inspired to try it. So I'm going to have some fun. So let me show you the colours. So these are the colours I'm using. So I've tried to go for sort of pinky colours because it's Valentine's, but obviously I like slightly crazier colour schemes. So I'm going to add some green. Pink and green together make brown. So this could be it just could be an awful colour scheme. But looking at the bottles, it looks so pretty, so I'm going to give it a try. So the base colour will be Amsterdam White. In the Dutch pour design, I've got Amsterdam Caput Mortem Violet, Montmartre Gold, Pebeo Studio Acrylics, these four. So I've got Payne's Grey, Iridescent Violet Blue, Iridescent Green Yellow and Silver. They're all mixed with this, which is the UK Floetrol that I buy. And they're mixed 2 parts Floetrol to 1 part paint to 1.5 parts water, except for the iridescent colours, and they're mixed 2 parts water. So let's get started. So this is my canvas. It's a 50 by 50 centimetre square canvas. I've covered it in white, so I'm just going to burst the air bubbles. I wanted the canvas to be a reasonable size because of the heart shape. If I do it too small, I'm just not going to have enough room to use the dryer to blow the design out. So I've got a piece of parchment paper and I folded it in half, drawn a half heart shape and cut it out. So I've now got a reasonably symmetrical looking heart. So I'm just going to use that as a rough guide. So I'm just going to place that on top. I don't know if you find this, but hearts are, I find, so difficult to get a good shape. So it's rolling up, that's not going to work. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there for a minute just to give me a template. So what should I start with? I think I'm going to start with some of the Caput Mortem Violet. I think I'm just going to do the one layer of this and then I'll take this heart shape up. It's just to give me a rough outline. Right, let's take this up. There we go, get rid of that. So I've got a heart, so that's actually, yeah, quite pleased with that. I just splattered that paint, so I'm just dabbing up the little speckles of pink. Right, happy so far with that. Long way to go. So I'm now just going to put down some of the other colours. I'm going to put a hint of the Payne's Grey down. I'm going to go with a very slight waviness as I do this. And then let's go, what kind of side? Let's go silver. Actually, those 3 colours there on their own, aren't they amazing? Very grown-up colours, a bit too grown-up for me. So let's add some more. Right, here we go. Let's change it up totally. Let's put some green in. And then gold. Oh, I think I've got a hole in my bottle. And then the iridescent pink. Right, I'm very tempted to walk away now and leave it like that. Let's give it a torch. Lots of air bubbles in those paints. And actually I created some air bubbles when I just picked up that parchment paper. I'm going to add just a tiny bit more white in here, just because it did take up some of that white paint. Right. Now, how on earth am I going to blow this out? So there's two options as far as I can see. I don't want it being really fanned out. I want it a little bit like my curly kelp painting, if you saw that, the Dutch pour. So it's just subtle sort of 45-degree angles. So I could blow up this way and round, and up this way and round. Or the alternative is I start here in the centre and blow up and then come down here. I'm not sure. This is going to be the really tricky bit. My instinct is telling me to start here. But actually, I think I'd have more control if I started there and then blew out. I think that's what I might do. If I turn the canvas and blow that way. I want to use my blow dryer, but I realise this bit's going to get... Right, I'm just going to go for it, just see what happens. What's the worst that can happen? Right, let's turn this round. Wow, not sure yet, so I've got lots of work to do to try and improve this. I've kept the heart shape, so that's good. I'm going to do lots and lots of fiddling though, because I'm not happy enough with this yet, especially here. I'm quite happy I kept the V, the white V there, but yeah, I've got lots of work to do. So, what should I do?
Where's the white V?
Right, I think I might have finished. I absolutely loved doing that. Often when I do a Dutch pour, the blowing around just thins the paint, and ends up making the petals maybe sometimes not look quite as good. But actually, because there's so much paint here, I was able to blow it out and back and out and back, and it's muddied very slightly here, maybe here, but not that much. And it really doesn't matter. I am so pleased with this. The colours are incredible. When I first blew it with the hairdryer, it was so irregular. I thought, oh no, this is not going to work. But actually, I'm loving it's virtually even. I spent a long time trying to get it symmetrical, so it's the gaps, the negative space is even. But I love all these really irregular lines and the variation in colour. So let's just give it a really good torch. Because I haven't torched it at all yet, and see what happens. Oh, I'm so pleased with this. The other worry I have is that Dutch pours move. So you finish them, you put them in your drying rack, and then actually they're just subtly different when you come back to them. Normally that's fine, but that worries me slightly with this, because already, from I think when I started talking, this here it's pushed out slightly, and maybe here as well. So I know that how I leave it now is not going to be exactly how it is once it's dry. And when I want it to be a certain shape, that could be an issue. But nothing I can do about that. Great, let me get you in for a close-up. So I just finished filming and my 7-year-old son came in and said, oh mummy, that looks like a heart. So I'm winning, I'm doing something right. So let me take you in for a close-up. I love it, really love it, absolutely over the moon with it. The colours are amazing. I was worried about brown, and I really don't think there's brown. Obviously there's the gold in there, so the gold gives maybe a slightly brownier tone, but I don't think that's where the pink and the green have mixed. I think it's just the gold coming through. So I am really happy. I just love all the really bright, deep, intense colours up against each other. Just love it. I'm so glad I added the green. I thought it might be a bit crazy adding the green, but it just gives it life. It just brightens it up. It just makes it fun and vibrant, and that's what I love. Fun, vibrant, colourful, cheerful paintings is what I'm about, really. So really happy. I really hope it stays like this. I got my straw out, but I didn't use the straw. Just literally all the blowing was done with the blow dryer to start with, and then with my mouth. Didn't need the straw at all. There was a lot of paint on here, so yeah, didn't need the straw. Happy with how it's gone. Already I'm planning my next one. I'm thinking no blow dryer, I'll just use my mouth or a straw, and actually then I could probably get a smaller canvas. So I will be back when it's dry. So here it is dry. I absolutely love it. I am over the moon with this painting. It's so different from anything I've done before. Just so pleased. Let me show you, let me take you in for a close-up. The most amazing thing is the iridescence. It's so shimmery. You don't really get to see it through the video, maybe a little bit there, but the whole thing is shiny and shimmery and iridescent, which is just beautiful. The colours are just incredible. They are so bright and so intense against the white background. The contrast is amazing. I think my favourite feature of this painting is all these really irregular edges. I love them. It wouldn't look right if the edges of the heart were straight, and obviously that's not really possible with a Dutch pour, but I love the way that they're so irregular, and that really softens it, so it makes it look like almost like a heart-shaped wreath of flowers, I think. Yeah, just so pleased. It stayed pretty much the same as I left it when it dried. As I said, I was so worried about the central heart filling, all the paint moving inwards and shifting, but it really hasn't. It has really stayed similar to as I left it. So I'm definitely going to do more of these. I'm thinking maybe a coloured base, maybe a pale pink base, maybe some purple. Let me know what you think. If you've got a colour scheme that you think would work really, really well for this design of Dutch port, let me know, because I'm open to suggestions. I'd really like to try some more colour schemes. Great, thank you so much for watching. Please do subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and if you like it, just give it a thumbs up. Let me know. Great. Take care, everybody. Bye.